The next thing that I wanted to show you is how to change your phone presence. Now, this will come in handy for my RingCentral soft phone user and my Polycom phone users, which we'll talk about here in a moment. Because when you change your phone presence, you have the ability to to change people within your organization to show up on the top part of your phone, especially if you're using the Polycom 411 phone. You'll have your line keys to where you can kind of create like a quick speed dial, and I'll show you that here in a moment as well. But to start that process to change your phone presence, you will go to Call Handling and Forwarding. Sorry, Phones and Numbers, excuse me. You'll go to Phones and Numbers. When you click on Phones, and you'll see once you click on Phones, you will see all of your devices listed here. The Polycom VVX 500 and the RingCentral soft phone is what I have for me. But if you go to Presence over here on the upper right-hand side, this will pull up your phone presence options. Now, everybody, keep in mind that with your phone presence, the first two keys will belong strictly to you, okay, just like mine is showing up here. But if I wanted to add multiple people, as I mentioned before, within the organization to my phone presence, I go to my next key, which is for me, number 3, which it should be for you as well. Go to the right-hand side to where it says Select User. It will pull up a list of all the people within my organization. Now, as you can see here, I have 7,654. So you don't have to scroll through each and every one. If you just go up here and start typing the first or last name of the person that you would like to add to your phone presence. For instance, if I wanted to add my buddy Crash, if I start typing Crash's first name, then my options will come up. I put a little radio button next to his name, hit done on the bottom right-hand corner. And then as you can see here, my line key number 3 is now assigned to Crash. I can continue by adding other people to it by simply going to my next radio button, which is 4. I can add my buddy Amber, so I start typing her first or last name. There it goes. Add my buddy Amber, add her. And just for good measure, let me just add one more to my 5th one. Add my buddy Evan. And then once I'm done adding everybody that I would like to add to my presence, all I have to do is go to the very bottom right-hand corner and hit save. This will let me know here, you'll get a notification that your phones will now be rebooted to reflect the changes that you have made. So if you're using the RingCentral soft phone, or if you're using the Polycom phone, these changes will reflect that. And I'll show you where these will be located now once you jump to those devices. So I'm gonna check yes, because I do want my phones to reboot. When it comes to the Polycom 411 phone, if you're using the phone for the very first time, this is how it will look. Now you will notice that some of you will have these icon screens here, but then you'll also notice too that you can toggle between 2 home screens by hitting this home button right here. When you hit this button, home button, you'll have the icon screen here, or you will have your line key screens right here. Okay, so you will see that here. Notice down here at the bottom that you'll have your soft keys, which we will get to here in a moment. Now, as I mentioned here with the far as the presence, the first 2 keys will belong to you. So you'll see either your full name, your extension, or your full digit number. Any of the line keys or the presence that you set up, for instance, the ones that I set up, you will see them indicated here directly next to each one of these buttons here. These are called your line keys. So for instance, remember the very first one that I added for my buddy Crash? I will see him on line key number 3. So all I have to do is hit this button right here, and that would automatically call my buddy Crash. The same thing goes for Amber and Evan that I added as well. So this is where your presence will show up on the physical Polycom phone. And in just a moment here, I'll show you where those presents will actually show up on the soft phone when we get to that section as well. We're going to go ahead and start up with this heads up display. Now again, once I click on the heads up display, as you will notice, these are the entries that I added from the very beginning in the service portal. You can see my buddy Crash, you can see Amber, and you can see Evan. Now the reason why a lot of people like to use this in the soft phone is because it creates like a quick speed dial as well. So if you have your mouse over any one of these that you added, you can either shoot them a call, give them a call. Another cool thing about it as well is that you're actually able to see their status changes. As you can see, my buddy Crash is on the phone with my friend Sebastian. Okay, it'll show you this. It'll show you only internal as far as who they're talking to. Otherwise, it'll say that they're on a call. But I like it for that reason that you can actually see their status. And if you wanted to add or edit your presence, which for here is called the heads up display, all you have to do is go over here to the upper right hand corner. You don't have to go back to the service web. You can actually do it from here and click on edit. And as you can see, this is why you're in edit mode. Another cool thing about the edit mode is that you can actually move people around. So if I don't want Crash to be that third option as well, I want to move him over here, and I want Amber to be my third option, and move Evan around. I can do so while I'm in edit mode. I can also add additional people. If I go to the upper right hand corner, look at that, hit add. Then I can start finding people else to add to my heads up display and my presence. So I have my buddy Jonathan by typing his first or last name. Okay, put a little radio button check mark next to his name, hit add. And as you can see, I've added him as well. If I hit save on the bottom right-hand corner, then I have now adjusted my heads up display. And of course, I have added Jonathan there as well. Now you will notice too that this will also change on your Polycom phone. And of course, it changes it here on your soft phone.